Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I just did a video recently about Voltron because I finally completed my set of motorized Voltron lions from the 80s. I had them originally and then they're all stolen, and I ended up with a green one and a blue one from, I think, some toy fair or something, and I just never got the other three. So I bought them all and I was very excited, very happy to have them. And then I hear that Henry Cavill has been cast as somebody in the new Voltron. Apparently MGM and Amazon are making a live-action Voltron film. Now, I never even heard about this, probably because the first person cast is a nobody. Daniel Quinn Toy, never heard of him before. He was in Badults, which I've never heard of. And he's also Tom Holland's understudy in Romeo and Juliet on the West End this last spring, which I do remember hearing about the play, but obviously no one was paying any attention to the understudy. It's being directed by Red Notice director Rawson Marshall Thuber. And of course it's based on the original cartoon, and we don't really know anything else about it. Now, they last did a TV series, who did that? I think Netflix did a TV series back in 2016, which I have on DVD and I still haven't watched. But yeah, my understanding is it's actually going to be the Lions robot version, not the vehicle version. So this is the other Voltron, which this is a knockoff of a die-cast metal one, because it was a die-cast metal for both of these around the same scale, and I'm going to get those as well. But yeah, so there's this one. This one I always thought was more realistic. I liked this one better because it was like 10 or 15 vehicles that are all manned and piloted by different people that all turn into a robot so they could fight giant monsters. That always made sense to me, or more sense to me than 5 giant lions coming together, because what purpose did they serve as lions in the first place? I never understood that. But somehow the Lion Voltron has always been the more popular one. But we don't know who he's playing. So, I mean, he's not going to be playing Superman anymore, unfortunately. But we are going to have him playing someone in Voltron. My first thought, of course, was the pilot for the Black Lion, because that's like the main one. And I thought, what if it's Lotor? Because he could do a pretty good Lotor. Like, Lotor was fairly good looking. Henry Cavill's Henry Cavill, so you know. But yeah, I don't know what character he's playing. We don't know anything about it. This is one of my other figures. I got 3 Henry Cavills. It's like the Asian version, which I had to repaint the chest piece because it was coloured like the Christopher Reeve one, and then there's a smaller version which actually had the correct symbol on his chest, but it's coloured in metallics, and the cape is like shiny, so that's cool. And this is, I think, from the original toy line that they did at the time of the film, one of the films, either Man of Steel or Superman versus Batman. And I like that the cape was like shiny. I like the shiny things. It's kind of like the nylon that the old figures had for capes and that, and it's kind of like the material they make the Aussie Bum Speedos out of. But his cape was actually like a velvet or something. So yes, it's made me want to pull out my Henry Cavill toys and play with them. But yeah, so who's he going to play? Who are they going to have him play? I have no idea, because you'd think you'd want him to be the good guy because he played Superman, but maybe he doesn't want to be the good guy. Maybe he wants to be a villain. And he would make a very good Lotor. And Lotor could be older, and that would be him sort of be more intimidating as a villain, whereas all the pilots, they're going to have to be young because that's just the way they do everything. So teenagers and younger adults can relate to them, and apparently they're the only people that matter in the theatre, even though they're the ones who don't go to the movies. It's people my age who go to the movies. But we won't talk about that stupidity. We won't inform or educate the studios about who they should actually be marketing their films towards. We'll just let them keep doing what they're doing. But yeah, so we're getting a new Voltron, and I'm kind of excited because I just finally completed my Lion Voltron. Now I'm going to get to see him on the big screen. And I'm just like, are they going to do the other Voltron as well? Maybe they can have a sequel, and maybe they'll have them both working together to defend Earth from an even bigger threat than they had in the first film. I don't know. It's exciting because once they do this, maybe they'll actually do others, because there's been this weird aversion to making these classic TV shows and toy lines that all us people who go to the movies and actually pay for, merchandise and films and stuff like that, not the little TikTokers, all the stuff we grew up with, they're afraid to turn into movies. I'm like, why don't we have a live action Thundercats? Why don't we have a real live action Master Universe? Why don't we have a live action Voltron? Why don't we have a live action Battle of the Planets? I don't understand. These people are stupid. Just make them. We'll watch them. Just make them resemble the originals, just in the real world, live action. That's all we need. It's not that difficult. Just pay the original people who wrote it for the copyright to use the original likenesses and the original ideas, and just film it live action. We'll watch them. We'll be happy. Maybe this will start a trend. Maybe it'll just be a total misfire where it doesn't resemble the original anything at all, like Gem, if anyone remembers. I don't want to. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Henry Cavill in Voltron.